Good morning. My name is Denise Mitchell, and I am the resource counselor.
Good morning. My name is Nadine Allen, and I'm the sixth grade school counselor.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Wolf, and I'm the seventh grade school counselor.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mrs. Markowitz, and I am the eighth grade counselor. And this morning, we're going to be learning about zones of regulation. So what is zones of regulation, you might ask? Well, we're going to learn about that and more in this morning's lesson. So let's watch the following video clip to learn about what it means to flip your lid and the different kinds of emotions that you might experience when you're flipping your lid and the situations that happen.
Kids want to know. Imagine that you really want to play soccer at lunchtime, but when the bell rings, you can't find your shoes. When you finally get out to the field, the teams have been picked and it's too late for you to play. Maybe you got so mad that this small problem became a big problem in an instant. When we lose control of our emotions like this, we can call it flipping your lid, kind of like the way a pot might do if it was too full and too hot. A little while later, after you've cooled down, you might even feel sad when you realize that when you had a big reaction to a little problem, you could have hurt someone's feelings. What if I told you that this happens to everyone? Your parents, friends, teachers, and everyone else you know can flip their lid and lose control of their emotions sometimes. We all need to work on managing our feelings. Have you ever wondered why we can have such a hard time keeping our emotions under control? It can be really tough being a kid these days. There's just so much going on every day, at home, at school, even after school. Sometimes it's hard to keep a lid on things, and we act in ways that are not kind or caring, even though we don't mean to be hurtful. There are so many situations that we encounter every day that can cause our emotions to bubble up. Maybe you felt upset or frustrated when you were working on a problem or activity at school and just can't seem to get it right. Maybe something unexpected or embarrassing happened to you in front of your friends. Maybe you had something important to say, but didn't get a chance to say it. These and many, many more situations can cause both kids and adults to flip their lids.
So as we saw in the video clip, there are different emotions we might experience in different situations. The zones of regulations is a useful resource to help you identify and manage your emotions. The zones are used to help you gain skills in the area of self-regulation. Self-regulation is our ability to manage our own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in relation to our environment. It is defined as the best state of alertness of both the body and emotions for the specific situation. So for example, let's say you're playing in a competitive game or sport. It's helpful to have a higher state of alertness when you're in there and you're trying to focus and you want to win. But what if you're in the media center? That same state would not be appropriate in the media center. So here's some examples of self-regulation. Resisting an emotional outburst when something or someone upsets us. Focusing on work when distractions are near, like your cell phone, for example. Delaying gratification. Engaging in mindfulness. Managing the impulse to move or meet physical and emotional needs. Calming ourselves down when we're feeling anxious or worried. Transitioning from one task to another.
The zones are designed to help you recognize when you are in a different zone, as well as learn how to use strategies to change or stay in the zone you are in. In addition to addressing self-regulation, you will have words to identify how you are feeling, skills in reading other people's facial expressions, perspective about how to see others, how you see others and react to your behavior, insight into events that trigger your behavior, calming strategies, and problem-solving skills. Designed to help you learn how to regulate your emotions independently. What the zones are is teaches you how your behavior affects those around them. It also allows you increased control of your thoughts and emotions and problem-solving abilities. I would like you to think of the zones like a traffic light. For example, green, yellow, and red, and a rest area sign right next to it. Throughout this video, I want you to keep that in your brain as we begin to talk about these different zones.
I know that you've learned about all the different feelings such as happy, sad, angry, mad, scared, or excited. All these emotions and feelings can be organized into 4 groups. These groups are called the zones, and there are 4 of them. There is the blue zone, a green zone, a yellow zone, and a red zone. Each of these zones have a matching feeling. Today we're going to learn about each zone in a video because each zone has different characteristics and different ways our bodies and minds may feel. Each zone has a different set of tools and strategies that help students get back to or stay in the green zone. The first zone that we're going to talk about is the blue zone. In the blue zone, your body and brain are moving slowly. You may have low energy, and this may be because our body is feeling sick or tired or even sleepy. Sometimes our minds in the blue zone can be distracted. That means we're thinking about other things. So I want you to remember that in the blue zone, we are moving slowly. Here are some of the feelings that belong in the blue zone. Feeling bored, tired, sad, disappointed, sick, depressed, and shy. When we have these feelings, we are in the blue zone. Remember, no matter what zone you are in, you're valued and you matter. Now we're going to watch this video and see if you can find evidence to support that sadness is in the blue zone.
Ever wonder why you feel the way you do? Well, get to know your emotions. When life gets you down, that's when sadness takes over. This is sadness. With a caring touch and a kind heart, sadness leaps into action to let you... I said sadness leaps into action. Sadness? Oh, sadness. Get to know all your emotions with Disney Pixar's.
Okay, so students, take a moment to look at this slide and find evidence that sadness is in the blue zone. Teachers, please pause the video to allow students to share their responses in the chat. In your evidence, did you find and did you identify low state of alertness, low energy, slow to get started, and sad or down in the dumps? If you did, then you are correct.
The next zone is the green zone. In the green zone, your body and brain are focused. They are calm and they are paying attention. So they're doing whole body listening. Even when things are tough, we are able to have positive thinking when we are in the green zone and continue to try our best. In the green zone, our behavior shows others that we are ready to learn. And this is the zone that is the best for doing our work and learning in school. Remember, in the green zone, we're good to go. We are feeling happy, positive, thankful, proud, calm, contented, focused, and ready to learn. Remember, no matter what zone you're in, you are valued and you matter. Now watch this video and see if you can find evidence to support that joy is in the green zone.
Ever wonder why you feel the way you do? Well, get to know your emotions. When everything in your life is going your way, that's when joy takes control. This is joy. With an unstoppable spirit and unbeatable energy, joy brings a smile to your face and no, who cares? Let's party! Get to know all your...
Students, take a minute to look at this slide to find evidence that joy is in the green zone. Teachers, please pause the video to allow students to share their responses. Students, In your evidence, did you identify ideal state of alertness? Just the right amount of energy? Get started easily? Happy or joyous? Contented or focused? Ready to learn? If you did, then you are correct. The third zone is the yellow zone. In the yellow zone, your body and brain are starting to lose focus. You may be getting wiggly and squirmy. And when some people get in the yellow zone, it gets hard to sit still and to keep their bodies quiet. Also, we may start to have worrying thoughts in the yellow zone and lose a little bit of control. The main thing to remember that is in the yellow zone, we need to take caution. It just means we need to be careful because it's our body and brains telling us to wait a minute and slow down because we're starting to lose a little bit of control and we need to be more careful. In the yellow zone, we may feel too excited, silly or wiggly, annoyed or frustrated, worried, embarrassed, confused, nervous, or anxious. Remember, no matter what zone you're in, you are valued and you matter. Now, students, watch this video and see if you can find evidence to support that fear is in the yellow zone.
Ever wonder why you feel the way you do? We'll get to know your emotions. When the unexpected is staring you in the face, fear is there to keep you safe. With speed and wisdom, fear assesses the situation and settles your nerves in his own special way. He's got this. Thank you, fear. Get to know all your emotions with
Students, take a minute to look at this slide to find evidence that fear is in fact in the yellow zone. Teachers, please pause the video to allow students to share their responses. Now, in your evidence, did you identify heightened state of alertness, keyed up higher energy, fearful or scared, worried, nervous? If you did, then you are correct. The last zone is the red zone. In the red zone, our muscles can start to feel tense and tight. Our breathing is more shallow and short. Our heart may be beating faster than usual. And in our brain, sometimes in the red zone, our thoughts can feel like it is racing and going super fast. So that makes it hard for us to focus our thoughts. And for some people, it might even be hard to talk in the red zone. We may be losing more control. So this is the most important thing to remember from the red zone. It is our body's way of telling us that we may need to stop and take a break so that we can make smart decisions in keeping ourselves safe and staying respectful to others who may be around us. Some of the feelings in the red zone are very upset, angry, aggressive, mad, elated, terrified, out of control. Remember, no matter what zone you are in, you are valued and you matter. Now, students, watch this video and see if you can find evidence to support that anger is in the red zone.
Ever wonder why you feel the way you do? We'll get to know your emotions. When things go wrong, anger is there. This is anger. He will make sure the world knows anger is in control. But what you really need to watch out for is when he's out of control. Get to know all your emotions with
Students, now take a minute to look at this slide to find evidence that anger is in the red zone. Teachers, please pause the video to allow students to share their responses. Students, in your evidence, did you identify extremely high state of alertness, very high energy, difficulty working, upset, angry, aggressive, mad, out of control? If you did, then you are correct.
Now, watch this video and see if you can guess the zones for each character. The characters that you're going to look out for is Elastigirl, the mom, Violet, the daughter, Dash, the son, Jack Jack, the baby, and Mr. Incredible, the dad.
So, how about you, Vi? How's school?
Nothing to report.
You've hardly touched your food.
I'm not hungry for meatloaf.
Well,
Okay, so what zone do you think that Violet is in? If you thought to yourself that Violet is in the blue zone because she is sad and moving slowly, then you are correct.
well, it is leftover night. We have steak, pasta. What are you hungry for?
Tony Ridinger.
Shut up.
What zone do you think that Dash is in? If you thought to yourself that Dash is in the yellow zone because he's being silly, then you are correct.
Well, you are.
Said shut up, you little.
What zone do we think that Violet is in now? If you thought to yourself that Violet is now in the yellow zone because she is frustrated, annoyed, and embarrassed, then you are correct.
Little insect.
Oh, she is.
Do not shout at the table. Huh?
What zone do you think that Mom, Elastigirl, is? If you thought to yourself that the mom is in the yellow zone because she's worried and frustrated, then you are correct.
Your mother. She'd eat if we were having Tony loaf. That's it.
What zone do we think that Jack Jack the baby is in? If you thought to yourself that Jack Jack is in the green zone because he's happy, laughing, and eating his food, then you are correct.
Stop! Oh, gotta be tough.
Stop coming in the house.
Hey, no force fields.
Yes.
What zone do we think that Violet is now in? If you thought to yourself that Violet is now in the red zone because she is yelling, hitting, out of control, angry, and fighting with Dash, then you are correct.
I started it. You sit down. You sit down. Violet.
Simon J. Palladino, longtime advocate of superhero rights, is missing. Gazer beam.
Mom, it's time to.
What zone do you think that Mr. Incredible, the dad, is in? If you thought to yourself that the dad is in the green zone because he's focused and reading the newspaper, then you are correct.
Gage! Do something! Don't just stand there! I need you to intervene!
You want me to intervene? Okay, I'm intervening. I'm intervening.
Violet, let go of your brother!
As you start to learn more about different feelings and emotions, also make sure you are paying attention to how your body feels and your brain is thinking. Are you moving slowly, like in the blue zone? Is your body calm and quiet and your mind focused and showing whole body listening, like in the green zone? Or are you starting to get wiggly and fidgety or feel like your thoughts racing with worry like in the yellow zone. It is hard for you to talk because your breathing is shorter like in the red zone. All of these clues tell us what zone we may be in, whether it's the blue, green, yellow, or red. This week, practice and figure out what feeling goes into what zone when you are completing your games and activities. This is the end of the presentation. Look out for future lessons around the zones of regulation. Thank you for listening and participating, and have a great day.